Hey kiddos, I'm back with a new topic. So, what will we be studying? Number and calculation, right? So, what did we finish? Fractions. Yeah, that's right. So, let's just continue from where we left. So, our next topic is what? Number facts. Yeah, that's right. So, let's just give a quick read. What are number facts? So, what are number facts? An important skill in mathematics is to be able to do calculations with numbers without a calculator, right? We can use complements to help us. Addition and subtraction are inverse operations. Sometimes a subtraction problem can be turned into an addition problem to make it easier and faster to do. Okay, let's just have a look at our example problems. Okay, so there is this one problem which is explained clearly how to make use of complements. Okay, the question given here is 100 minus 76, right? Yeah, if we change this into addition, in how to write this in addition form, it will be 76 plus what number gives us 100. Is this right? Now draw a number line. So from where are our numbers starting? 76. Yeah, so let's just take from 50. This can be 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, we have to end it till 100 because our greatest number is 100, right? We cannot get anything more than that because whatever we are adding, the end result is 100. Okay, so let's just check what number are we starting with? 76, right? So 76 is where? Somewhere this is the midpoint. After this, there is here we can take our 76. Yeah, 76 plus what number gives us 80 plus 4, right? So 76 plus 4 gives us 80. So 4 is the first complement number. Right? So from 80, how many more numbers we need to add to reach till 100? 80 to 90 is 10, 90 to 100 is 20, right? So plus 20 more. Now just add 20 plus 4 gives us what? 24, right? So 76 plus 24 equals 100. That's it. Understood how to solve the problems using complements? If a problem is given in a subtractive way, if it is 100 minus 34, all you have to do is your first step is to change this into addition. So if you convert this into addition, what numbers how do you write this? You have to rewrite this in the form of addition, right? How to write that? 34 plus a number equals 100. Right? Okay, now let's start with the example problems. So now let's just start with the exercise problems. Exercise 1A. What is the first question we have there? It's an addition, right? So it should be easy for you to solve. You don't have to convert that into anything. It's a direct question, which is addition. So 39 plus what gives you 100? Again, you need to draw the number line for that. So from where your numbers are starting, let's just take 30 and 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, so where is 39 here? Just before 40. It's 39. 39 plus what gives us 40? Plus 1. So 1 is the first complement number. Yeah. So from 40 till 100, how many more numbers do we have? From 40 till 100, just count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Yeah. Plus 60 more. So 60 plus 1 gives us 60 will be our second complement number. So now it is 60 plus 1, which gives us 61, is our answer, or the second number. So 39 plus 61 equals 100. Right? Understood? Okay, good. So I'll give you a problem now. Just solve it and let me know the answer. Let's just take a second one, which is 62 plus what number gives us 100. Can you solve this? Okay, you already started solving that. Good job. Nice. Do it. So what is the answer you got? Yeah, that's right. It's 38. Oh, you guys are pretty quick. Nice. So 62 plus 38 gives us 100. So can you take the rest all problems as homework? Okay, just work out all the other problems. Okay, I'll just tell you what all the problems are. 41 plus blank equals 100. 100 minus 28. 100 minus 34. 100 minus 16. 100 minus 82. Okay, good. Okay, let's just start with the second bit now. Okay, so what is the difference between first and second bit? Yeah, in the first bit the result is always 100, but in the second bit it is different. Okay, either you have to do a normal subtraction or a normal addition. Yeah, so let's just do a few problems from that. It is second bit A, 5 plus 14. So what is the bigger number from these both? 14, right? So 14 plus 5. Keep 14 in your mind and add 5 to it. So 14 plus 5 gives us right, 19. That's mental math. Okay, you don't have to do calculation for that. Okay, if that is getting tough for you, then you can take 14 plus 5. 5 plus 4 is 9 and 1, which is 19, right? So the next problem, 17 plus 5. What is 17 plus 5? Right, 22. Same the other way, the addition way. 17 plus 5. 7 plus 5, 12. And 1 plus 1, 2. It is 22. Right? Okay, let me explain you two subtraction problems also. 13 minus 16. So the easy way to understand how to solve this is, what is half of 30? It is 15, right? So 15 plus 15 gives us 30. Now you guys tell me, 16 plus what number gives us 30? 16 plus, it cannot be 15 because we are adding one number this side. So eventually from here one number will get reduced. That gives you 14. Yeah, 16 plus 14 is 30. 15 plus 15 is 30. So the answer here will be getting is 14. Understood? 30 minus 16 is 14. Good. Okay, for 27 minus 19, we can do a normal subtraction, which is 27 minus 19. That is, if you know subtraction, right? If the above number is lesser than the below number, then there's time that we borrow. So it becomes 17 and this becomes 1. So 17 minus 9 gives us, how much is it? Yeah, right, 8. Okay, and 0. The answer is 27 minus 19 is 8. I want you to do all the remaining problems, take all the remaining problems as homework. Okay, I'll share a picture with you. Okay, finish these problems and also third bit. Now it is more like the first bit, okay, because the resulting value what we are getting is 100, but it is in terms of currency, weight and distance. Okay, so I hope you can do this. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Then we have a fourth bit. Match the components to 100 to each other. The first is done for you. So 17 plus 83 gives us 100. Yeah, the same way all the other numbers when added together should give you 100. So I'll just tell you one more, which is 31 plus 69 gives us 100, right? 31 plus 69. Just add this. What are the ones value? 9 plus 1 gives us 10. So 1 gets borrowed here. So 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 1, 10, 100. Yeah. So the same way you need to check which of the two numbers when added gives you 100. Okay. I think you can do this too. So fifth bit, it's same like the first bit, but the resulting value is 1000 instead of 100. Yeah. So I'll just explain you one problem. The rest all you can take it as homework. So 240 plus what number gives you 1000, right? So let's just draw a number line of hundreds. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 and 1000. Okay, so where is 240? If this midpoint is 250, before that there will be 240. 240 to 300, what is the distance? It is, yeah, right, 60. So our first complement number is 60. 60 is the first complement number, right? Good job. So from 300 till 1000, what is the distance? Okay, so how many numbers we need to cross to reach 1000? So it has to be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So from here till here it is plus 700. Understood? So 700 is the second complement number, right? So now just add both of the complement numbers, which is 60 plus 700 gives us 760. So 240 plus 760 gives us total value of 1000. Clear? Any doubts? I hope not. Okay, so remaining problems, please kiddos, take them as homework. I know you can do them. Okay, if you have any sort of doubts, you can feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll answer all your doubts. Okay, just take all the remaining problems as homework now. Okay, now let's just start with exercise 1B. So what do we have here? Add these numbers. Okay, so this is addition. The first complete bit is addition and the second bit is work out. Yeah, it's subtraction. Chalo, let's do it. So I'll just do first two problems and the next two problems will be your homework. Okay, so 1A, 13 plus 27 plus 46. So it is like a normal addition, what we usually do. So just take 46, 27 and 13. 7 plus 6, it is 13. 13 plus 3, yeah, that's right, 16. Okay, 4 plus 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer is 86. Okay, now 1B. So what is the question? 162 plus 39. 162 plus 39 gives us 9 plus 2 is 11. 6 plus 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 201. The answer is 201. Okay, clear? The other problems, the C and D, you can take it as homework. I'll share the picture with you so that you might not get confused. Now next, what is the second bit we have here? It is subtraction problems. So second one, 2A, it is 125 minus 29, right? So what, how to solve this? 125 minus 29, it's simple, again the same subtraction. So as I told you earlier, the above number should always be greater than the below number, right? If the above number is not greater than the below number, then we need to borrow from the next number, okay? So which is 2. So when we are borrowing a number from 2, this becomes 15 and this becomes 1. Okay, so 15 minus 9 gives us how much? 6, right? So 11 minus 2, 9. So the answer is 96. Yeah, clear? Now, okay, let me just do one more problem for you. 269 minus 158. So 269 minus 158. 9 minus 8. Now see, the above number is greater than the below number. So we can just do the normal subtraction here. So 9 minus 8 gives us 1. 6 minus 5, 1. 2 minus 1, 1. So the answer is 111. Yeah? Good job. So now let's just take C, D, E and F as homework. Okay? So now we have a word problem. Okay, I'll just read it out. Just listen. At Market School, there are 93 students in Form 1, 105 in Form 2, 87 in Form 3, 79 in Form 4, and 81 in Form 5. How many students are there altogether? Okay, so what do we have to do here? Yeah, that's right. It is a addition problem. Good job. Now, let's take a fresh page. So always remember, whenever you are doing a word problem, statements are must. Okay, your statement should be clear, very clear. So what is the statement? What can be your statement for this question? They're talking about students, right? And then students and the form numbers. So the students in Form 1 equals how many? 93, right? And then the students in Form 2 equals how many? 105. Next, the students in Form 3 equals how many? 87. The students in Form 4 equals how many? 79. The students in Form 5 equals 81. So what do we have to do here? It's a simple addition, right? So add all the units place values and tens place values. If you have any hundreds place value, just add all the digits from there. So now 3 plus 5 is 8. Yeah, 8 plus 7, how much? 15, right? 15 plus 9 plus 1 is 10. 15 plus 10 gives us 25. So it is 25, right? So now let's just add the tens place values. So 2 plus 9, 11. 11 plus 8, yeah, that's right, 19. 19 plus 7, 26. 26 plus 8, How much is 26 plus 8? 8 plus 6 is? Yeah, that's right. 1434. Right? So it is how much? 34. Right? Now 3 plus 1 is 4. The answer is 445. So what is the question he asked? How many students are there altogether? Right? The total number of students equals 445. This is your conclusion statement. Okay, now let's just look at the question 4. What is the question 4? Okay, let me just read it out. Orji wants to buy a new bicycle for $1,000. He has saved $824. How much more does he need? Okay, looking at the question, I think all of you understood like what type of problem is this. Just tell me, is it an addition or subtraction? Yes, it is a subtraction, right? So what did you understand from the question? OG wants to buy a new bicycle. What is the cost of the bicycle he wants to buy? It is $1,000, right? So the money he saved is $824. So how much more money does he need, okay, to buy the bicycle of his dreams? Yeah. So how do we find that out? It is simple, okay? The total value is 1,000 and the money which he has with him is $824. So what do we have to do? 824 plus something gives us $1,000, right? And it is also can be done in both addition and subtraction. Tell me how. Okay, I'll tell you. The first, in addition, how can you do this? How much money does OG have? $824, right? So $824 plus how much more money does he need to make it $1,000? This is one way of doing the problem. The other way of doing the problem is, how much money do we need to buy a cycle? It is $1,000. And how much money does OG have? It is $824. So if you subtract $824 from $1,000, you will get a value, right? That value is the amount OG needs to sum up with his saved amount to make it $1,000, right? Understood? Okay, nice. If you have understood, that's really good. So now let's just solve the first one. So 824 plus what number gives us 1,000? Just tell me what number gives us 1,000. So it is kind of difficult to do it this way. That is why I told you subtraction is the way to solve this problem in an easy way. Okay, so 8,000 minus 824. Just do a normal simple subtraction here. Okay, see, it's a 0. This is a lesser number and 4 is the below number is greater. So what do we have to do? We have to borrow. We have to borrow from tens place value. But at tens place value, what is the number we have? Again 0. In hundreds, again 0. So before that there is 1. So this can be your 10. So borrow a number from 10. So this becomes 9 and this becomes 10. Now you need to borrow one more number here and this becomes 9 and this becomes 10. Right? So 10 minus 4 is 6. Now what is this? 9 minus 2 is how much? 7. Yeah, that's right. 9 minus 8 is 1. So how much more money does he need? 176. So 824 plus 176 gives us total of $1,000. Yeah, now let's just write this problem in proper statements. How do we write that? OG wants to buy a new bicycle for $1,000, right? That can be written as the cost of a new bicycle equals $1,000, right? So the money OG saved equals $824. Yeah, now do the subtraction of 1000 minus 824. That gives us the borrowing 10, this becomes 9 and this becomes 9, right? 10 minus 4 6, 9 minus 2 7, and 9 minus 8 is 1. So the money that OG need more is $176. Yeah, that's it, kids. So yeah, so we are done with 2 word problems here, right? So we have 2 more word problems. What is the 5th question? In 3 Test cricket tournaments in 2010, Sachin Tendulkar scored 214 runs, 203 runs and 146 runs. How many runs did he score altogether? I know you can do this. Okay, just take this as homework. And 6th problem. 18 years ago, Chris was 5 years old. How old will he be in 16 years' time? It is a little tricky question. I just want you guys to try. Okay, if you do not understand the question, anyways, I'm here to explain you. Okay, just take 5 and 6 as homework. Okay, so 6th one is a little tricky. Just try it out. I'm sure you will get it. Okay, yeah, that's it for today, guys. So we are done with our 2nd session and we finished 2 exercises. In the next session, we'll do multiplication and associated division facts. Okay, so with this, we'll be done with 2 exercises from this chapter. In the next session, we're going to do this exercise and we'll start with our decimals. Okay, so almost we are done with our fractions, addition, subtraction. Now tomorrow we're going to do multiplication and division and then decimals. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. Have a great day. Bye.